Hi, my name is Shamal. I am 12 years old, and I want to change the way the police and the community interact. Many people's friends and families are getting locked up and stripped of their freedom. And a lot of this starts with a confrontation with the cops in their communities. I want to talk to some community members and police officers to see if we can improve these encounters.
I think there's a lot of mistrust between low-income communities and the police. I seen a youth get pulled over for a red light ticket. He had him in handcuffs, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Why is he in handcuffs? Just give him his ticket, keep it moving. He's like, I have a family, and this is for my safety. I'm like, everybody here has a family to go home to. For them to not see that, that's what I want them to see. I want them to realize those things. Those things make a big difference.
When my brother's friend was Oscar Grant, we still feel to this day the outcome of the overruling was still unfair, but there's really nothing that we can really do about it, but still try to turn something positive out of that outcome of that day.
I'm a community warrior. I work, I try to help people get jobs, go back in school and stuff like that, but I still appear the way that I appear. I'm a young, brown, Latino man. Constantly driving, they pull me over, they harass me, they search me, they embarrass me, they humiliate me in front of so many people. They don't find nothing, and then they let me go, talking about they give me a pass. But that's not a pass, you just humiliated me in front of my community. So to me, that offends me, and it's rough. I don't like that, but I can't control what they do, I can only control what I do.
I decided to bring this concern from the community to the Chief of Police of San Francisco. How would you describe the current relationship between the communities and the officers?
I would call it anxious or strained. Right now, the country is seeing police officers as what I don't think is fair. It's not fair to see any person, race, creed, color, sexual orientation, that everybody's the same, just like it's not fair to think that every police officer's the same.
Well, it was one day, I think it was at nighttime, me and my cousin, we were just going to the movies. He had a black hoodie on. And so, there was this police officer. He stopped my cousin and told him to, get on the wall, put his hands up on the wall. And so, even my cousin could see it in my eyes. I was, a little terrified. And so the police officer still searched him. And he found nothing. My cousin, he was taking me to the movies. He wasn't doing anything wrong.
So the police officer was wrong in that instance.
Yeah.
And he did demonstrate a bias that's not okay. If the officer can't tell your cousin why he's stopping him, and he certainly can't search him unless he has reason to believe that for officer safety's sake, he might have a weapon. He's just got to let that go.
When I was doing this, I thought to myself that it's not fair for us to stereotypize other police officers just on a small few of them, because that would basically be doing what they do to us. It's not fair to judge all police officers as bad people who don't have hearts and just don't care about people. I guess for me, I would like to see that change.
We've been doing a lot of talk about bias lately. Everybody, even me, and as you just said, even you, we all have bias. I think one of the things we're telling people in the police department is it's okay to acknowledge that we all have biases. You just can't act on them. And if you take it so far that you can't be fair and even with everybody, then maybe you shouldn't be a police officer.
And how are officers being trained to not be biased or not to act on those biases?
There's a lot of anti-bias training, implicit bias training, racial profiling training in our academy, and that's why we're putting them in Boys and Girls Clubs and Bayview Y and Ella Hill Hutch and the Fillmore to find out how just spectacular all the kids are in a lot of the neighborhoods that have been traditionally underserved, so that they'll know that later on it's going to be those kids that are just growing up.
People we interviewed, I think a couple of days ago, said that they wanted more police people of color serving communities of color.
Yeah, I totally think that you need to be a police department that looks like the city you serve. One of the ironies is that right now when people talk about how the police department's not good in communities of color, but then those same communities say we'd like to have more people from this community of color be police officers, right? So it's kind of ironic that you'd tell people, hey, the police officers are really bad, but you should be a police officer. So what I'm trying to say is we've had no problem in San Francisco recruiting men and women of color. What I would tell people of color that are wondering about the police, or maybe kind of thinking, sometimes you have to give a little of yourself to get to a better place. And if you're going to change an institution like law enforcement or a police department, you can't really do it from the outside. You can change it from the inside. You can tell people, hey, don't be like that. Somebody with your energy and your presence could do that. And there's a lot of people just like you out there that might be a good fit in the police department.
I think we'll get a bit closer to justice if the police and communities spent more time together. Before making a snap judgment, remember that the person you encounter doesn't represent every person that might look like them.